angry CM Punk would await the arrival of Seth Rollins tonight. And I'm not exactly sure, it was definitely not confirmed, but I feel like Adam Pearce may have feared for his life. He told CM Punk to come and wait inside. Punk was like, no, and Adam Pearce just like, okay. Like, you know what happens when CM Punk has those backstage fights, right? After finding out that Seth was already in the building, CM Punk would come to the ring, hijack the show, and he wanted Seth Rollins to come out and face him, man to man. Well, Punk got the man, and the man came out. Becky Lynch would emerge to get right up into CM Punk's face, and this was a great promo battle. As Becky Lynch said, do you know what happened when you weren't here throughout my matches, as I was building my legacy, basically? They chanted your name. I love that there's a legitimate gripe for Seth and Becky against Punk, and it's not just, oh, we're just heels for the sake of it. Seth Rollins would come out, though. He'd only go as far as the stage, refusing to go towards the ring and having Becky Lynch block CM Punk's path. When Punk did get past Becky Lynch, though, Seth would walk backwards, and that would leave Becky Lynch slapping, pushing, prodding CM Punk. No real physical damage. She was just trying to wind him up. She's trying to get him angry. They know what happens with CM Punk. Punk would say, I'm going to get Seth Rollins and he's going to regret everything. But then he'd finish by saying, and you're going to regret putting your hands on me too. The crowd were chanting it. We're all hoping for it. Surely CM Punk's going to go and get his wife, isn't he? It has to be AJ Lee. Please. We saw Punk and Rhea talking backstage, and yes, it might be Rhea. It might be WWE giving themselves a backup in case AJ Lee's not available or for whatever reason it falls through. We might not have long to wait though, because backstage, CM Punk would ask Adam Pearce where Smackdown is Friday, and it is in Chicago. So, is CM Punk going to rock up at Smackdown with his wife, AJ Lee? Oh, could you just imagine? Could you just imagine what Friday might be? It could be monumentally huge. This is things you might have missed from WWE Raw. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. With Naomi gone, tonight Raw General Manager Adam Pearce would address the Women's World Championship and his plans to crown a new champion. And yes, it is official. The first official match for Wrestlepalooza will be Stephanie Vaquer versus Iyo Sky for the Women's World title. Absolutely no problem with this match whatsoever. This match is gonna cook. Both of these competitors are awesome, and it does hype up the Wrestlepalooza PLE because this is a big match. My only issue is, why did we have to wait a week for Adam Pearce to announce this? Why couldn't this match actually have happened at Clash in Paris? Because Iyo Sky didn't wrestle there. Stephanie Vaquer didn't wrestle there. They didn't wrestle tonight. So why could we not have done that last night and actually had a new world champion? Because Adam Pearce actually addressed this last week. It seems very random, doesn't it? We'd see Iyo Sky backstage tonight with the Kabuki Warriors, and Asuka was very forgiving for last week with Iyo and Rhea, but she didn't want Iyo's help. She said, we're not like Rhea Ripley. We don't need any help. Kairi definitely in the middle of this situation, but Asuka wasn't lying. Asuka and Kairi tonight would defeat the Judgment Day's Raquel and Roxanne. Asuka making Roxanne Perez tap out. I do wonder if we're going to continue the problems between Asuka and Iyo as we build towards Wrestlepalooza, and maybe Asuka costs Iyo. Is that a thing? Could that be what happens? I think it might be, because tonight Asuka once again angry that Iyo was talking to Nikki saying she's not a friend. And then Asuka saying, look, me and Kairi will be tag team champs and then I'll help you with Stephanie. Iyo said, I don't need any help. And Asuka said, you didn't win at SummerSlam alone. Honestly, I can't wait to see how this goes, because actually it could be Iyo that turns. It could be Iyo that says, I've had enough of you controlling me. That kind of storyline. You just never know. Before any of that, though, we might be getting Asuka versus Rhea first, which does make sense. Rhea wanting a shot at the Women's Championship. Asuka upset that she wants that shot long before Iyo even wins the championship. Finn Balor was successful tonight in one-on-one action, defeating Dragon Lee. A really solid match between the two. Gotta talk about this. That Hurricanrana by Dragon Lee to JD McDonough to the floor. That was incredible. Just like the chants for Finn tonight. The French fans were all over Finn Balor. He is 100% over there. And you know what? He could have worked as a really big babyface tonight. Another huge reaction tonight was for the phenomenal AJ Styles. And you know what? This is going to be played as one of the best crowd reactions ever. The crowd started chanting. We went to commercial break. Obviously, for those watching with ad-free on Netflix, it was 3 minutes of the crowd going wild. They didn't tire. They didn't stop. Their hands kept waving. They kept jumping. And more importantly, they kept singing. It was so cool to see. AJ will go one-on-one with Dirty Dom tonight for the IC Championship. And yes, Dirty Dom pulled out the Edge-o-matic that Michael Cole says Dirty Dom calls the Mullet-o-matic. That's the thing. Before the match, we'd seen Adam Pearce literally ban Judgment Day from ringside. JD and Finn couldn't help Dom. You can see the smile there on Finn Balor's face. He's not even hiding it anymore. He knows that he wants Dom to lose that Intercontinental title. But Dom got lucky tonight. Kinda. His boot was on the rope. The referee couldn't award AJ Styles the match. And then later on, it was El Grande Americano who would screw AJ Styles. So therefore, in Paris, France, Dominic Mysterio pins AJ Styles, and Dirty Dom is still the Intercontinental Champion. All those backstage conversations between Dom and El Grande Americano clearly building up to this moment. The question becomes now, is El Grande Americano going to help Dom at Worlds Collide win the AAA Mega Championship? The crowd was ruthless tonight for the New Day, totally chanting "We want Big E" over everything Xavier said. They would do 6-man tag tonight against the War Raiders and Penta, which, by the way, I love the War Raiders' new t-shirt. Raw is War. Imagine, as a tag team, how cool it must be to have Raw is War as your slogan. That's pretty awesome. Penta and the War Raiders would pick up the win tonight, and it's interesting how it was done. Penta would hit the Mexican Destroyer again on Xavier Woods. Doesn't feel like this story's over just yet. The New Day later on would hold a funeral for the tag team division, saying that Adam Pearce and the Judgment Day have destroyed the tag division. New Day, you know, there's a really good tag division on the other show. It might mean you have to face the Wyatt Six, but I mean, that could be quite interesting. A nice vignette tonight for Rusev after his victory in the Donnybrook match. I thought that was important. I'd have actually put him in a match tonight just to get him more screen time, but it was good. Adam Pearce confirmed tonight that he's spoken to Bayley and that she will be back soon. He confirmed that to Lyra Valkyria, setting up Lyra a match for next week's Raw against a member of the Judgment Day. So maybe Bayley returns next week? There was no Bayley vignette tonight, by the way. You didn't miss anything like that. So I feel like they're done. So I feel like it's time to bring her back. Some interesting problems tonight between LA Knight and Jey Uso, as LA Knight blamed Jey Uso for breaking up the pin on Seth Rollins and for super kicking Punk, not putting Seth through the table. I have to say that I really like Jey Uso's entrance this week. He still came through the crowd went wild, but he did a very stoic walk to the ring. And you know what? He refused to do the encore. He refused to do the yeeting again. Obviously angry, obviously upset that he didn't win the world title. Little details like that truly matter. But it was the two Bronnies from the Vision coming out, and they was talking about the fact Paul Heyman was put in the hospital by Roman Reigns. So now Heyman's not there to control them. Heyman's not there to tell them to stop. They've put Roman Reigns in the hospital because Seth's vision didn't involve Roman, and it doesn't involve Jey or LA Knight either. Well, both Jey and LA Knight obviously banged up from Clash in Paris, but they accepted the challenge for a tag team match tonight. The main event was the tag match. It was Jey Uso and LA Knight versus the two Bronnies. Honestly, though, they should have finished with that CM Punk promo, because I was barely paying attention to the tag match because everyone is obviously so hyped about the idea of AJ Lee really didn't help this tag match, unfortunately. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker would pick up the win. The Vision stand tall to end Monday Night Raw. But then it was a post-match beatdown. But there would be one more surprise tonight, and that was Jimmy Uso, Big Jim, making the save a little bit late for his brother Jey. So the Usos have reunited. Big Jim is away from Solo Sikoa, thank the Lord for that. But does this mean we're going to reunite the Usos in tag action against Bron and Bronson at Wrestlepalooza? Probably. Well, who cares about this week's Raw, let's be honest. 8 out of 10, it was a decent show, but we're ready to light it up on Friday nights, aren't we? Smackdown this week is absolutely unmissable. I'm ready, are you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video, share the video. I'll see you next time. Peace!